you don't like the weather this weekend, wait till Monday. There is a change in the wind.
Okay, what's going on?
It's cooling off, right? So you were just saying how you didn't like the fact that you were struggling with...
The front end of the week was like, it was really warm, and it was warm at night. And then the last couple days, I've had to bring out a sweater.
That? Maybe that's a sign of what's to come.
Yep, and if you've already thinking it's sweater weather, get ready for everyone else to think it's sweater weather, because temperatures are actually going to dramatically drop, maybe even about 10 degrees cooler than normal.
Wow.
Let's start you out taking a live look out over toward Del Mar. This is where they're getting ready for the Ludacris concert out at the horse races, or at least when the races end. It does look like conditions will be fairly nice for folks who plan to go to this event, and even commuting on home, not really looking at any fog or haze coming on down throughout the area. If you're looking further out over toward the east, you'll notice clear skies, maybe in some locations even a little bit of the cloud coverage, as some storm cells have started to develop, but they're really drifting fairly quickly away from the county area. Temperatures, though, we're looking at 80 out over toward the deserts. Look along the coastline, the upper 60s into Del Mar, 69 Coronado, and 68 through IB. Remember, these temperatures, they're going to start to drop as early as Monday. We're already noticing a small difference just in the last 24 hours. They're 3 degrees cooler in Poway, the same out over toward Julian, and even toward Borrego. Everyone will start to notice those values dropping once we start out your work week. And here's really the reason why. You can look at the jet stream. Now, it responds to cooler air and warmer air. It takes a dip to the south in response to the cold stuff. It takes a rise to the north in response to warm. And to keep us seasonal, we see pretty much these lines straight from west to east. So watch what happens as we head through Sunday. Keeping those lines west-east, which means close to seasonal, a day similar to what we experienced today. Now things all begin to change as we head through around Monday. You get to see this big drop, right? A trough of low pressure starts to come our way. Temperatures then begin to drop, but that's not the lowest it goes. That trough continues to swing out over towards Southern California. Tuesday will, in fact, be the coolest day, where we could see our temperatures barely into the 80s for inland communities. Tonight, though, still somewhat mild, looking at around 68 into Coronado, out over toward Chula Vista, the same value for you. The marine layer will, in fact, move back along inland communities, so into Poway going for 63, Escondido right around 64 degrees, and into Fallbrook 62, Oceanside looking at 67. Any of the marine layer that is able to form will burn away once we get to around 11 a.m. tomorrow. So a little stubborn for some locations along the beaches. That just means plan your beach picnic maybe closer to around 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon if you want to soak up some sunshine. Temperatures down toward Coronado tomorrow, right around 75 degrees. La Jolla, 74. Miramar, you can see those temperatures jumping into the mid-80s. Now, typically, El Cajon, you're right around 89 degrees, and you'll be close to that, and then really noticing getting slightly cooler as we head through Monday. Out over toward Camp Pendleton, a high of 77 degrees, and into Vista, you're looking at 78 with gorgeous sunshine once that marine layer is able to burn off. Into Borrego Springs tomorrow, 109 degrees, and into Palomar, you're looking at about 78. If you do have plans heading into the waters, port of fair conditions for surfers with your waves 1 to 3 feet. Your water temperature, though, only 66 to 68 degrees. So that has cooled off significantly for us. Your high tide coming in right at around 2 o'clock on into the afternoon hours. 70 forecast, noticing those values staying seasonal tomorrow, and then they start to drop on Monday to 76. Tuesday, the coolest day, right around 74. A little bit more of the marine layer as well, so struggling longer to burn off. By the time we get to Friday, though, temperatures are back above normal. Inland locations, 88 tomorrow. You go down to 81 Monday and Tuesday, and then rebound by Friday close to that 90-degree mark for you. Mountain communities no longer dealing with that chance of rain. In fact, humidity is also going to decrease with those temperatures. 87 degrees tomorrow. You go down to 83 Monday, the low 80s on Tuesday to just 81. Desert communities also squashing that rain chance, 109, and then you tumble to 103, but that's not the coolest. Tuesday, you're only on into the 90s for us. And remember, this is my favorite graphic because I just made it. You can always follow me on Facebook and Twitter. That's a look at your forecast, guys. Over to you.